Hi, first grade. We're going to start with our first read aloud, and it is called Investigate Plants. So this is a great overview of our study of plants. Now remember, while we're looking at this book and reading this book, to look for text, informational text, and important information and facts about plants, either through the words in the story or the photographs and illustrations. This story is written by Sue Barraclough and is called Investigate Plants. Plants are living things. Plants have different parts, such as stems and leaves. When I look at this picture, I can see that it has some labels that say stem and leaf. Plants grow everywhere on Earth. They can grow on land and in water. Some plants, such as seaweed, grow in the oceans. That's interesting. Did you know that seaweed is a plant? It says right here, this plant is called a water lily. I think I've seen those before, maybe in a pond. There are many different types of plants. Some plants have big, flat leaves. Some have small, spiky leaves. Some plants grow flowers. Some plants grow fruit, such as apples and bananas. What are the biggest plants? At the bottom here, there's a section and a caption that says, what plants give food and shelter to birds? Where does wood come from? What plants lose their leaves in winter? And the answer to that question is trees. Trees are the largest living things on Earth, and trees are plants. All plants need certain things to live and grow. Most plants do not grow well in cold, icy places. Most plants do not grow well in rocky or very hot, dry places. Plant needs. Do you see the bold words at the top of that page? Whenever you see words that are real dark and thick in bold text, that's going to be important information. These are things that plants need. Most plants make food using air, water, and sunlight. They need all these things to live. Most plants grow in soil. Soil stores water for plants to use. And here you can see the labels in the diagram of a picture of a plant with the sunlight and the air and the water going to the plant to help it live. Here's another question. What happens if plants do not have enough air, sunlight, and water? What do you think would happen? Let's turn the page and find out. A for answer. Plants die if they do not have enough air, sunlight, and water. Plants are useful in many different ways. Plants give us food, such as fruit, vegetables, and nuts. Many other things that we use every day are made from plants. Can you think of some things that are made from plants? I can. This paper behind me is actually made from plants. Let's keep reading. Plants need the right amount of water and sunlight to grow well. Plants do not grow well if they have too much water or sun. And then you can see in this graph, it shows that this plant group here has about 4 hours of sunlight, and the average growth is 1/2 inch. So you can see the amount of sunlight as it increases, it goes up. The plant can grow taller, but if it gets too much sunlight, then it won't continue to grow. So it just has to have the right amount of sunlight to grow. Plant parts. Each part of a plant has a job to do. Leaves make food that the plant needs to grow. Plants have stems. The stem's main job is to carry water and food to the different plant parts. The stem is the part of the plant that grows shoots and leaves. Shoots are the new parts of a plant. So that might be a very important text feature in the story, the word shoots, because it says here in the diagram under the label, shoot, which plant parts grow under the ground? That's our next question. This would be different parts of a plant. Does anyone know what part grows under the ground or what that part is called? Let's turn the page and find out. They give us a clue. How does a plant get water from the soil? What holds a plant in the soil? Think about what's underground. Answer, roots. If you guessed roots, you are correct. Roots grow under the ground, and plants have roots. A plant's roots pull water from the soil. The water moves up through the stem to the leaves. And then here you can see a photograph of roots. And in the little caption here, it says, this plant has been taken out of its pot so you can see the roots. Did you ever buy a plant maybe at a garden center or a store and then bring it home and take it out of the pot to plant in the ground? If you have done that before, you might have seen this same root system. Let's continue reading. The flower is the part of the plant that grows fruits and seeds. The seeds are the parts from which new plants grow. So we'll learn more about that, but here are some labels: flower, fruit, and the little yellow dots, those are the seeds. And you can tell that that is a strawberry plant. Plant life cycle. Here are those bold text words again. This is the life cycle of a plant. A sunflower is a plant that grows from a seed. Seeds only start to grow when they have all the things they need. And then here it says in the label, these sunflower seeds will be planted in soil. Question, what does the sunflower plant need to grow well? Can you think of the 3 things it needs to grow well? Clue, do plants grow well in cold, dark places? What do plants grow in? Let's turn the page and find out. If you said the sunflower needs air, water, sunlight, and soil, you would be correct. The sunflower grows a strong stem and roots. The stem grows tall and straight. The stem grows leaves and shoots. Then flowers start to grow. The sunflower grows seeds. Animals such as birds eat some of the seeds. The seeds that are left fall to the ground. New sunflower plants can grow from the seeds. Seeds are an important part of plants. Using plants. Many animals climb trees to find fruit and leaves to eat. Other animals eat plants, such as grass. Here you can see a sheep in the photograph eating grass. What other kinds of animals eat grass? What kinds of plants do we eat? Which plant parts do people eat? Here's a clue. Do you like to eat salad? Do you like to eat strawberries? People eat all sorts of plant parts, such as seeds, stems, leaves, roots, and fruit. Here is a picture of a girl eating a melon. It says melon is a fruit. And you can even see, if you look really closely, there's seeds in that melon. People eat many different plant parts. We eat lettuce leaves, beans are seeds, and rhubarb is a stem. Broccoli is a flower, and carrots are roots. So we eat all those different parts of plants. Plants are food for people and animals. Plant materials are also used to make and build things. Plant parts are used as medicines. Plant parts that have been in the ground for millions of years are used as fuels. Wow, I see a lot of bolded text in that paragraph. In this area here of the page, you can see the materials and medicines and fuels are all in big black bolded text. And that tells me that that is some very important information about the different ways that plants are used. It says here in this caption, the sap from this tree will be used to make rubber. Here you can see it's draining into a collecting pot, and they're using this to make rubber. Plants also use animals. Plants need to spread their seeds to grow in different places. How do those seeds get around? Well, it says here that some animals eat seeds. The seeds pass through their bodies and are carried to a different place. A squirrel buries seeds for winter food, but if they do not eat them, the seeds can grow into new plants. People and animals need plants. Plants are important as food and as shelter. Farmers grow fruit, vegetables, and many other plant foods. Here it says we grow plants such as wheat to make bread. And I have a photograph that I took of wheat here. And you can see wheat growing in a field is very important for making bread. Plants are important for all living things. If there were no plants, there would be no life on Earth. At the back, we have a checklist. It talks about how plants need air, water, sunlight, and soil. And it has a diagram of the different parts of a plant that we talked about earlier. There's also a glossary. If there is a word in the text that you do not understand, you're not sure what the word means, you can check in the glossary. And they have the word fuel here. Fuel is a substance used to make heat or light, usually by being burned. Coal is a fuel, gasoline and oils are fuels, and some plants are used to make fuels. It says material is something that we use to make other things. Wood is the material used to make furniture or a house or paper or books. Medicine is a substance used to treat illness or injury. Usually medicines are liquids or pills. And I remember reading in the text that we use plants to make some medicines. Sap is a liquid that carries food to the different parts of a plant, and sap can be found in trees. Shelter, something that keeps a person or an animal safe from bad weather or danger. Trees can be shelter for animals and people. And at the back is the index, where we can find the pages that have the different information about different topics like seeds and roots and water and trees. So that was a very intense informational guide about plants, and we will continue reading books about plants and look for those important facts and informational details. I hope you enjoyed reading Investigate Plants, and now you can fill out your graphic organizer with things that you know about plants and any questions you have.